What impact can the Philadelphia Eagles expect from the acquisition of new quarterback Sam Bradford? They made so many highly publicized changes in the offseason, trading away LaShawn McCoy for Kiko Alonso, signing DeMarco Murray, throwing a ton of money at Byron Maxwell. But this is still a quarterback-driven league, and Chip Kelly is betting on a quarterback in Bradford who's coming off of a second straight ACL tear. If he's fully healthy, he's a better fit for that offense than Nick Foles ever was. Can Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson recapture MVP form after his lost season? He says 2,500 rushing yards is still his goal, which is typical crazy talk from Peterson, but when you interact with him, you also know he actually believes it. I sat down with Mike Zimmer in Mankato on the first day of training camp, and Zimmer said no matter what, Adrian's going to get as much as he can handle. He'll carry a heavy load and get the opportunity to show he can still be a difference maker, capable of elevating and helping out young quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. Can the bold acquisition of tight end Jimmy Graham help the Seattle Seahawks get to a third consecutive Super Bowl? It speaks to how crazy of an offseason it was around the NFL that the Graham trade, which was huge back in March, is almost an afterthought as we head into training camps. When he's healthy, Jimmy Graham is one of the unique playmakers in the entire NFL. The guy was banged up a year ago, and he was traded away by the Saints not because he's a declining football player, but because they need to reallocate some resources and spend more on defense. In Seattle, he joins a team driven offensively by Marshawn Lynch, a very good compliment there. How quickly can #1 overall draft pick Jameis Winston truly be ready to be an NFL starter? He'll probably start from week 1 no matter what, and say this for him: the guy has put in the time. Talk to anybody around the Buccaneers and they'll tell you about all the extra reps mentally that Jameis Winston takes on the practice field well after people were going home. We know that Winston has some big targets to work with in Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, but it's a big step up in competition and speed of the game to the NFL. What will New York Giants pass rusher Jason Pierre-Paul be able to do with one less finger? He cost himself some money, at least in the short term, with his 4th of July fireworks accident, and the hands are an underrated part of being an NFL defensive end. That's why all these guys go off and do mixed martial arts training, hand-to-hand combat stuff every offseason. Pierre-Paul's expected to miss time, at least at the beginning of camp, because he also fractured his thumb in that incident. But certainly you have to think the Giants, who have a steep hill to climb with the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles in the same division, are hoping Pierre-Paul will be able to contribute before this thing is done.